And when Balaam saw that it pleased Yahweh to Barak Yisrael, he did not go as at other times to seek to use sorcery, but to put his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Yisrael encamped according to their tribes. And the Ruach of Elohim came upon him. And he took up his proverb and said, The saying of Balaam, son of Beor, and the saying of the man whose eyes are open, the saying of him who hears the words of El, who sees the visions of El Shaddai, who falls down with eyes open wide. How good are your tents, O Yaakov, your dwellings, O Yisrael, like waters that stretches out, like gardens by the river, like aloes planted by Yahweh, like cedars beside waters. He makes water flow from his buckets, and his seed is in many waters. His sovereign is higher than the Agag, and his reign is exalted. El who brought him out of Mitzrayim is for them, like the horns of a wild ox. He devours nations, his enemies, and he breaks their bones, and he strikes through with his arrows. He bowed down and lay down like a lion, and like a lion who would rouse him. Baruch is he who barak you, and cursed is he who curses you. Then the displeasure of Balak burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. Balak then said to Balaam, I summon you to curse my enemies. And see, you have kept on barakah these 3 times. And now flee to your place. I said I would greatly esteem you. And see, Yahweh has kept you back from esteem. And Balaam said to Balak, Did I not also speak to your messengers to whom you sent to me, saying, If Balak should give me his house filled with silver and gold, I am unable to go beyond the word of Yahweh, to do either good or evil of my own heart. What Yahweh speaks, that I speak. And now see, I am going to my people. Come, let me advise you what this people is going to do to your people in the latter days. And he took up his proverb and said, The saying of Balaam, son of Beor, and the saying of the man whose eyes are opened, the saying of him who hears the words of El, and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the visions of El Shaddai, who falls down with eyes open wide. I see him, but not now. I observe him, but not near. A star shall come out of Yaakov, and a sceptre shall rise out of Yisrael, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and shall destroy all sons of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession, and Seir shall be a possession. Enemies, and Yisrael is doing mightily. And a ruler shall come from Yaakov, and destroy the remnant from Ar. He then looked on Amalek, and he took up his proverb and said, Amalek was first among the nations, but his latter end is to perish forever. He then looked on the Canaanites, and he took up his proverb and said, Firm is your dwelling place, and your nest is placed in the rock. But Canaan is to be burned. Till when does Ashur keep you captive? And he took up his proverb and said, Oh, who lives when El does this? And ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Ashur and afflict Eber, and so shall Amalek, and he also perishes. And Balaam arose and left, and returned to his place. And Balak also went his way.